You ever run into one of these?
Hi, I'm old Sneelock. I'm here in the bedroom doing some patchwork. We're going to be painting and freshening up the room, so we wanted to go through and do some repairs. One of the things we had to do is take the wallpaper off the wall. And when you take the wallpaper off the wall, you find all the multitude of sins that other people over the years have decided would be better off covered. One of those things is anchor points. When people hang curtain rods next to windows, especially on plasterboard, they use these little plastic plugs. Very good little devices. They actually do the job quite well. They're not as strong as some people would like, but they do function. The only problem that I have is people leave them in the wall. People think, I can't get a hold of it, I can't get it out, what do? So they just cover it over, or spackle it up and paint over the top of it, and you end up with this ugly, raggedy patch. So, today I'm going to give you a quick tip on how to remove these little plugs.
To start with, we just push the screw into the pocket. If the spackle has caked up the pocket, you might have to tap it a little bit to get it started. Then you just run the screw in until it starts to catch. Now, these anchors are designed to take a number 10 screw. The idea behind the anchor is, as the screw goes in, it expands the anchor and makes it grip the sides of the hole. But with that number 6, the anchor isn't expanded. It goes in, grabs enough of it to grab a hold of it, you pull it right out, clean and smooth. Now all we have to do is flatten that little spot up where the extra is pulled out, put some spackle over it, let it set up, we're ready for paint.
If you have a question or an idea that you'd like to see in a video, just drop a note in the comments, because I read them all, you know.
Hi folks, get a little deeper on the molding planes and the iron and the bevel and the edge, apex of the edge of the irons. There's been a good bit of discussion on my videos about them, and I've got some opinions of my own, and I've absorbed some opinions of other people, and it's been really interesting and fun. I appreciate the back and forth with it. I've enjoyed it. I'm going to show you a little bit of what I think and what I know, and we can go from there. Let's talk about it. Get down here in the bottom and let's bounce this around a bit. See if we can learn from each other. This is how I learn. This is how you learn. That's why you're watching this, and that's why I watch other people. So stay tuned. You may find some of this interesting.
Initially I couldn't work out how to use easel to draw the profile of a boomerang, so I used Inkscape. I made the profile up of just 4 curves, which I grouped together and exported as an SVG file. Once imported into easel, I could take the individual curves, copy them, change the depth of cut and move them around to create the 3-dimensional profile. I had to use some short straight lines to join some of the curves together, and you can also see 2 holes that I created which would allow me to flip the material over when I'd cut one side so that I could cut the reverse, using 2 6mm pins to make sure everything stayed aligned. A series of
Welcome to beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. This is actually where I grew up, just across that water. And I remember when I was a teenager here, I wanted to be a filmmaker. And so what did I do? Well, I found a film director with a strange name who lived in Vancouver. I saw her on the cover of this magazine, and then I just looked up her number in the phone book, in the white pages, because that's how you did back in the year 2000. And I gave her a call, and she said she was on the other line, but she'd call me back. And strangely enough, she did call me back. And it was amazing. I got to chat to her about filmmaking. I guess what I really wanted was for someone else to be able to provide me with an opportunity to get on set, to get some experience in that industry and show me what it's like. I just want to know, and it's so hard when you're on the outside to figure out how to break in. You just want to reach out to someone who knows and say, help me with this.
I'm now going to demonstrate how to use the stair buttons to lay out a rafter tail. For example, this rafter had a plumb cut at this location, so many inches down from the top. Using my stair buttons attached to my framing square, bring the framing square in line with the dimension mark and draw a plumb cut. This will be what was cut off to create a plumb rafter tail. Here is a view of the finished frame. On the rafters you can see the plumb rafter tail cut, and where the rafter meets the plate you can see the bird's mouth cut. At this location